Our guest today is Onyinye Okonji, co-founder and CCO of Sycamore. Now, this fabulous lady is a powerhouse, balancing a multifaceted life as a dancer, YouTuber, serial entrepreneur, business strategist, and food curator. She met her business partners in business school and embraced the risk of entrepreneurship, leading to the founding of Sycamore. In her talk, Wearing My Red Nails in the Startup Boardroom, she even wore them on stage. Oninye shares her journey of growing two businesses in hospitality and catering in Lagos while also scaling her startup from bootstrapping to raising $200,000, achieving 41 times growth and expanding into 6 states in Nigeria with over 100 employees. Listen on for an inspiring episode on Oninye's multifaceted journey in entrepreneurship.
So my topic is wearing my red nails in the boardroom. Obviously, I'm wearing red nails. But ladies, don't you just love the feeling you get from getting a fresh manicure? I know I do. But before we lose all the men in the room talking about manicures at Founders Peak, I'll tell you why it's important to me and why you should care. You see, with board-level conversations comes a seriousness of purpose, a certain air of professionalism. There's a real pressure to conform, especially when you don't look or feel like most of the people in the room. And let's be honest, red nails can be seen as out of context and frivolous in this space. So let me take you right back in time. As a little girl, I was fascinated by my mother, and I adore her to date. She's a brilliant early years teacher. And a dynamic woman. She went from selling baked goods and running a restaurant in Lagos to buying and selling gold from Dubai just to make ends meet. The image of her switching it up and taking risks to evolve her business over the years has stayed with me. So also her goofy side before the children she works with, but her most striking and adorable feature looking up to her is her resilience. A quiet confidence, a refusal to be confined by her humble circumstances. This is the seed of defiance that I carry into the boardroom years later. You see, there are only a few things more defiant than rocking bright red nails in the boardroom. So it has become a symbol for me. It's a symbol of embracing the totality of who I am, challenging the status quo when necessary, and proving that you can be both successful and authentic in today's business world. So I find that in finding my comfort level in the boardroom, I face the question of authenticity versus conformity. For me, as sole female co-founder at Sycamore, I always and often have this internal debate of how much of myself should I really bring to the table. Outside work are many things. Like Davin said, one day I'm parasailing off the shores of Punta Cana. Another time, I'm hot air ballooning over the Atlas Mountain. I'm also a YouTuber, recording and, vlogging my experiences as a young female African entrepreneur, just working my way through life. And other days, I'm a dancer. I'm learning the steps of Kizomba. I'm a passionate salsa dancer. But in business, I'm a business leader. Other days, business leader, raising other business leaders with a vision to disrupt the Nigerian fintech space. A space within a culture steeped in unspoken expectations. I found myself sometimes acquiescing in complex conformity situations. Frankly, it feels like I'm putting on a mask and hiding myself, or at least parts of me. So the question becomes, do I blend in, or do I give them red, hot, fire engine red tips? If I do blend in, it becomes easier for me to do the work I have to do. It's no questions asked. The path of resistance is often acceptable, right? Nobody wants to be the one that's on an uphill conversation struggle every single time. So I don't want to be that person who is the disruptive, cantankerous one just because I have a different persona, right? But if I do, alternatively, if I do blending, if I don't blend in rather, I will start to poke the bear. My unique experiences and perspectives contribute to product differentiation in Sycamore. And so, for me, it's important for me to be able to hear my voice at the table. Differentiation comes from a place of non-conformity. So why do I want to conform all the time? I mean, changing your who you are so frequently, like a chameleon, is exhausting, right? So what I've learned to do is the power of informed disruption. I came up with that. It is learning how to both blend in and stand out, like, counting the steps in a salsa performance. I've learned the boardroom language, but I'm also, injecting it with a little bit of my own authentic sauce. I'll tell you 3 ways I do that. Now, backed with data from industry research and news, I'm confident to speak up and share my ideas, share my thoughts, even when I'm sharing concepts from places that have nothing to do with fintech. I'm drawing wisdom from that. I'm also embracing competitors as allies, especially those who have an appreciation for diverse perspectives. You see, the cross-pollination of ideas creates very unsuspecting and creative hybrids, like FINFA, a clear derivative of FIFA, where in Sycamore, we organize this hangout where we call all the collaborators in fintech to come and just hang out over a game of football, right? FINFA. And that sometimes has spawned very interesting conversations and talks on collaboration. And the final way I do it is I'm disagreeing now without being disagreeable. I'm learning to present my ideas with passion, but also learning to listen with an open mind. This part, I've had to learn. You see, let me tell you some of the perks about being the fintech babe rocking red nails all the time. People remember you, not just for who you are, but a woman that brings a splash of color to the table, personality, and also in perspective, and importantly, a voice. People connect with genuine passion. My red nails reminds me to increase my voice and be heard, to bring my whole self to the table, drawing from all sorts of experiences, to embrace the quirks, passions, and other unique voices at the table. Because guess what? The world needs your spark. It needs your red hot ideas. This is what disruption is made of. And when you own who you are, you give permission to others to do the same, especially women who are grossly underrepresented in African and global boardrooms around the world. Deloitte estimates that number to be 23.3% in a 2024 report. That's an underwhelming statistic, but I'm sure we're on our way there. So even if your voice shakes at first, still speak up. As per other perks, imagine eating only pounded yam and egusi soup for the rest of your life. Maybe kimchi for some people, and kelewele for some people. And the ones that can't relate, mac and cheese, right? It's great at first, but super bland after a while. Well, there's no surprise there. A wise man once said, variety is the spice of life. That's how different experiences and opinions create a richer conversation and lead to better decisions. That is what my red nails is symbolic of. A reminder in my spirit to keep my fire ablaze, to ignite others along the way with my voice. And let's face it, a room full of Egmons, senior men as we call them in Nigeria, might miss a crucial social media trend that will help us to tap into new markets on Twitter or TikTok, where the next generation is. Queuing, c'est moi, okay? So in closing, I'll say that you must see this fire in your soul. It must be visible to you, like my red tips are visible to me, as a reminder of your own role in your corner of the earth. You must not dim your light for anyone. Don't dim your light for anyone. My red nails are a reminder of my quiet defiance to not lose my spark, because I have before. And frankly, the boardroom doesn't need to be a place where creativity goes to die. So let's redefine what it means to be a business leader. Let's embrace our quirks, our passions. To all the dreamers, the rule breakers, the women and men with firecracker personalities, and of course, those ones who love a good manicure, paint it loud, paint it proud, and paint the boardroom red, one brilliant idea at a time. Thank you.